What up, fam? This is CTDC PS91 podcast, short for Conspiracy Theorists, Divinely Created, Psalms 91. As stated in the title, we speak on conspiracy theories, spiritual enlightenment, growth, and much more. This is your girl, Double R, aka Rap, aka Nonay, owner and operator of Nonay's LLCs, a place where you can find everything spiritual and or organic. This is episode 7, season 6. Let's jump right on it. I'm sorry, season 6. Lord have mercy. I'm way in the future. This is only season 1. But anyway, let's jump right into it. How you guys been? I've been I've been a little MIA here lately, doing other things. So I do want to apologize to you guys for waiting so long to drop another episode. I have not posted an episode since January the 7th. And, I just want to get back into the swing of things. Don't be so mad at me. Continue to download, continue to listen, because I'm going to continue to give you guys these gems. You hear me? But sometimes, my gifts calls for me to do a lot more one-on-one, which energetically drains me a lot. And I might not have the energy to come on here one week or another to post an episode. And for that, I want to let you guys know, your girl Double R is a human being, a spiritual being experiencing a human experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's part of the game. That's part of how it goes. Sometimes you have to take breaks and take steps back so that you can be the best version of yourself when you do, get back on your grind. This week's episode title is Reshaping Your Present While Preparing for Your Future. A lot of the times when I'm talking to clients, they're like, okay, what I've learned thus far sounds so good and so easy. But when it comes to a moment in time where I need to put these tools in action, naturally, I automatically choose to go back to what I used to. And I need help figuring out how to do better now that I know better. I tell my clients, the biggest sin that I believe in and that I know is the person who knows better but chooses to continue to stay the same. Or the person that knows that their life is messed up, knows that they know how to fix their life, and just chooses not to put in the work to make it happen. To me, that is like the ultimate sin ever, because you are choosing to stay stagnant. You are choosing to stay the same. You are choosing to stay negative. You are choosing to stay toxic. You are choosing to stay abusive. You are choosing to stay narcissistic. You are choosing to be manipulative. You are making that choice. You know what I'm saying? Like I've told you in past episodes, you are the creator of your reality. The choices you make create your reality. So, with all of that being said, back to the original question, how do I put what I have learned thus far into action? Well, practice makes perfect, period. It takes 21 days to create a habit. And if you can just stay consistent long enough for 21 days, even when it feels like you don't want to, even when you're forcing yourself to do this thing that ultimately is the best thing for you and that's going to change your life for the better, you know what I'm saying? if you can make yourself do this for 21 days and turn it into a challenge, like I challenge myself for 21 days that I'm going to drop a podcast every day for 21 days. I challenge myself for 21 days that I'm going to say nothing but negative. I'm going to say nothing but positive things to myself. And when negative thoughts pop in my head, I am making a promise to myself right now that I am going to replace that thought with a positive one for the next 21 days. And another way that can help you is at the end of each day, journal how your day went. Journal how difficult it was for you to stay on track and to stay consistent, or how easy it's now becoming because it's week 2 and, you found the routine and you done figured out how to squeeze this thing in there and it's becoming easier for you. So after that 21 day, you can go back and read all of your journal entries and see exactly how your mood picked up. Why was your mood so low? What happened and what you did to change your mood while doing such thing? And it will motivate you to continue to grow. You will be able to see your progress. Track your progress. It doesn't even matter. You could be sitting in your room scrolling on social media and, an intrusive thought pops in your head. And after a couple of seconds go by, you realize like, whoa, that was kind of deep and that's fucking crazy. I shouldn't be thinking that. You know what I'm saying? And you decide, I'm going to change that. I'm going to change that. I'm on the beach. I feel the sun on my skin. I can smell the salt water. I can hear the waves. I can hear the children playing. I can hear the water splashing. And now all of a sudden, you're on the beach in your head. And you turn that negative thought into a positive one. Once that positive thought is there, and you've changed that negative into a positive, grab your journal, write it down. And at the end of every day, you'll start to see how many times you'll start to see those numbers decrease. Like say like the first week, each day it was like 100 times a day. You got 100 marks in your little calendar of how many times you had to change your negative thought into a positive one, right? So week 2, instead of 100 marks, okay, you have 25. And that's the most marks you have out of that 7-day period, right? And then week 3, you have 5 marks. And that's the most marks you have within that week period. Now you're starting to see those numbers decrease. Why? Because now your conscious is starting to catch on. Oh, she don't like thinking like that. Because every time she think like that, she make it a point to put these wires and brain stuff into action to change that frequency, that station to something higher and more healthier mental wise. So apparently she wants to think healthy. So what naturally happens when you train something, it starts to do it on its own. And then you get to see the progress on top of all of that, which motivates you to keep going. And that's how you begin to reshape your present while preparing for your future. Because not only are you starting to change your thought process and you're starting to raise your vibration, it's making the manifestations, the seeds that you have already planted when you wrote down your goals and you spoke into the ether what it is that you want. It's making that work at quantum speed. It's coming sooner because now you're you're vibrating on a higher level, you're more positive, like attracts like, as above, so below. It has no choice but to manifest it within your reality. Because you're putting forth the effort and you're making the necessary actions to change your thought process, which is reshaping your present while preparing for your future. Right? Now that is not as simple as it sounds. It does take a lot of determination, and it takes, consistency. It takes persistence. It takes the will to want to be different and better and the best version of you. If that's not a passion for you, it might, I'm not saying it's not going to happen or it's impossible, but it will be more difficult than it is for the person who desperately craves this shift in their life and knows that there is a desperate need for reconstruction within the mental and the thought process in order to obtain the dream life that they desire. So keep that in mind as well. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, how bad do I want this? Am I okay with my life now? If the answer is no, then how bad do I want it to be better? Like, how bad do I want this? What am I doing this for? Why do I want to be a better me? And we all have our different reasons, but those reasons should spark some type of fire within you to make you want to do this. Rather, if you are in the mood or not. Okay? So that's just my concept on it. That's what I had to do when it comes to changing my mindset, on top of with the help of YouTube and high vibrational music, high vibrational content that I intake. It helps reprogram my whole entire system to where it's not as difficult as it once was when I first started. As a matter of fact, now in my journey, I noticed that I'm doing it and I don't have to, it's not like I have to tell myself, oh, I don't want to think about this. Not, instead of it being like 3 times a day, it's now like 3 times a month that I have to forcefully bring myself out of a negative thought so that I don't manifest it and bring it into this reality. Once again, you are in control of your reality. From the things that you think, to the things that you say, to the things that you feel, to the things that you do, you control your reality. And if you constantly speak negativity to yourself, and if you constantly are feeling negative about yourself, and if you're constantly thinking negative about yourself, then baby, you're not going to do anything but attract a very messed up environment caused by nobody other than you. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. When I said that I was gonna do a challenge of 21 days of posting an episode on my podcast. That's actually something that I want to do starting today. So this is day number 1. I'll come back and revisit this episode after the 21st episode, and I'll give you guys an update on, what happened and, if I met my goal of what it was that I expected to achieve by doing this. I'll let you know what it was and if I met that goal on the 21st episode after today. But like I was saying, with that being said, blessings, mi amor. You can find me at CTDCPS91 on all platforms. Peace.